and all day long were hard chores for them to do. Hansel and Gretel tried to tell their father about this, but he would not hear of it. It seemed the only one he would listen to is his wife, and all the stepmother talked about was how much trouble it was to have children in the hut, and how much she wished they would go away forever. Each day there was less and less food for the boy and girl to eat, yet the stepmother gave them more and more hard work to do. One day Gretel begged her father, "Please, father, all day long we work hard and we're hungry." But the stepmother slapped her in the face. "You ungrateful brats," she yelled. "You will eat us out of house and home." That night the two children were not allowed to sleep in the hut. Outside in the cold they shivered and tried to keep each other warm. Winter was coming, and the clothes they wore were so thin it felt almost as if they had no clothes on at all. The next morning, when the sun rose, Gretel turned to her little brother. "Hansel," she said, "we cannot stay here. We must escape now, today, into the woods. Surely we will find more to eat when we are on our own than what we get here at home." "Do you think?" said Hansel. "But what if we get lost?" "We won't," said Gretel. "I will take bread. We will drop breadcrumbs behind us. If we have to, we can follow the crumbs back home." And so the two of them went off into the woods and left the hard life behind. They went deeper and deeper into the woods. Gretel was careful to drop one crumb, and then after a bit another. But alas, they looked and looked for any sign of something to eat. An apple tree, pear tree, some nuts on the ground, or even dried up berries. There was nothing to eat. They got hungrier and hungrier. At last poor Hansel and Gretel knew they must return to their hut, or they would surely starve. They would just need to find the breadcrumbs that would lead them home. Yet when they looked for the breadcrumbs, there were none to be found. All the breadcrumbs were gone. A bird whooshed up into the air, and in its beak was a large crumb. Hansel and Gretel were struck with grief. Birds must have taken all the breadcrumbs. A wolf howled in the...
Where did you get to?
Eh?
Where did you get to?
I don't know.
Damn it.
I'm sorry. Do you want me to restart?
Yeah.
Fine. You guys are fucking enjoying this, aren't you?
Yeah, this was a good story.
Oh, fuck. Riley, can you please find me another story to read? Do find me another story to read, then. Because I do not want to reread Hansel and Gretel. And like I said, everybody must have been present, because I do not want to reread it again. Okay?
Read Humpty Dumpty.
Humpty Dumpty. Oh. The Velveteen Rabbit story. Ooh.
I've got one.
This was one that I haven't seen or heard of before. Let's read it. Alright. The Velveteen Rabbit story.
Wait. I've got one for you. I've got a decent story. I'll send it to the chat.
Fuck.
Right, you gotta like try sing this one.
Why? Why do I have to sing it? This is Bakugan. What?
What are you gonna do?
No. I'm gonna read the Velveteen Rabbit.
You should sing that one. That's a good one.
Okay, for fuck's sakes. A soft and fluffy velveteen rabbit lived in a toy box in a boy's room.
Bakugan. I want to go back again.
Each day. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Can you all just stop complaining like a lot of little children, please? Can I please read? It's better than me not reading it all.
I'll find a decent story for you then. Oh. Wait.
God. God damn it. First it's Hansel and Gretel, then it's the Velveteen Rabbit, and now... Oh. What are you gonna do? The author's stacked against you, back against the wall. You're gonna give it your all.
It's already
His final
blind.
stand, the power's in your hand. Two words collide on the inside. Gonna fight for what's right before gone, gone, gone. This is Byakugan.
Yakuga. I think this is Naruto.
I fucking read it. Now go to sleep.
Yakuga.
Well, okay, fine. I'll read the Velveteen Rabbit story. I'm not switching to any other story, so you better listen up, okay?
Okay.
A soft and fluffy Velveteen Rabbit lived in a toy box in a boy's room. Each day, the boy opened the toy box and picked up Velveteen Rabbit, and Velveteen Rabbit was happy. The newer, brighter toys came into the toy box. They had special tricks. Some could move when the boy pushed a button, others bounced high. Velveteen Rabbit had no special tricks or buttons. No wonder the boy started to choose these other new toys. At night, when all the toys were back in the toy box, the other toys talked with pride about the fine things they could do. Velveteen Rabbit was quiet. There was not much to say. Only one other toy in the toy box was like Velveteen Rabbit. Cowboy Horse was also a soft, fluffy toy, but he was old. Most of his hair was worn away. He had only one eye left.
Do we have any cookies and milk?
Cowboy Horse said to the Velveteen Rabbit, "Soft toys like us are really the lucky ones. We get loved the most, and when soft toys get loved, we can become real." "What is real?" said the Velveteen Rabbit. "Being real is the best," said Skin Horse. "You can move when you want to move. When you are real, if you are loved, you can show your love back." One day Nana, who took care of the boy, flew open the lid of the toy box. She said in a busy tone, "Oh dear, that walking doggy is missing. I must find something else for the boy." In a second, Velveteen Rabbit was plopped down onto the bed with the boy. This began another happy time for Velveteen Rabbit. Each night the boy would hold Velveteen Rabbit close in his arms. In the morning the boy would show Velveteen Rabbit how to make rabbit holes under the sheets. If the boy went outside to a picnic or to the park, Velveteen Rabbit would come with him too. After a while, with the hugging and holding, much of Velveteen Rabbit's fur got matted down. Its pink nose grew less pink with all the boy's kisses.
Alright.
But Velveteen Rabbit did not care. It was happy.
I'm not gonna lie. I really want you to read this.
Ugh, fuck's
It's
sakes.
actually look.
Not
Look.
some crosses free to read online. Okay.
Not some crosses.
Did you listen to that in Miss Williams class as well?
You know what? If y'all are going to be fucking indecisive, I'm not gonna fucking read any damn bedtime stories for y'all.
No, that sounds good. That's good. That's good.
Shut up. Where did I leave off? Oh, man. One day the boy... Fuck. What is it?
Do you want to stop?
Oh, I was saying Riley.
Okay.
2-part series, you know.
Fine. One day the boy became sick. His forehead got very hot. The doctor came and went. Nana walked back and forth in fear. Day after day, the boy stayed in bed. There was nothing for Velveteen Rabbit to do but to stay in bed too, day after day. Then at last the boy got better. Such joy in the house. The doctor said the boy must go to the shore. How wonderful, thought Velveteen Rabbit. Many times the boy had talked happily about the shore, and told of its white sands and big ocean blue. "What about this old bunny?" Nana asked the doctor. "That old thing?" said the doctor. "It's full of scarlet fever germs. Burn it at once. Get him a new bunny." So Velveteen Rabbit was thrown into a sack along with the boy's bed sheets and old clothes and a lot of junk. The sack was filled to the backyard. The sack was carried to the backyard. The gardener was told to burn the whole thing, but the gardener was too busy with picking the beans and peas before night falls, so he left the sack behind. "I will take care of it tomorrow," he said. The sack was not tied at the top, and Velveteen Rabbit fell out. The next day, when the gardener picked up the sack to take it away to be burned, Velveteen Rabbit was not in it. Then it started to rain. Velveteen Rabbit was sad. So far away from the boy, never again to be nice and cozy together. And A tear fell from Velveteen Rabbit's eye over his
How
cheek,
did that just watch?
dropped onto the grass. All at once, at the spot where the tear fell, a flower grew up, and the bud of a flower opened. A tiny fairy. "Little Rabbit," said the fairy, "do you know who I am?" "I wish I did," said Velveteen Rabbit. "I am the fairy that takes care of toys that are well loved," said the fairy. By then, Velveteen Rabbit was shabby and grey. The boy had loved off all of its whiskers. The pink lining in the ears had long turned grey. Its brown spots, once fresh and bright, were now faded and hard to see. It's time now for me to make you real," said the fairy. "I think I remember real," said Velveteen Rabbit. "Now, what was it Cowboy Horse had said? Ah, yes, when you are real, you can move when you want to move. If you are loved, you can love back." With one touch of the fairy's wand, Velveteen Rabbit felt different, tickly. All of a sudden, each one of its 2 legs, sewn together tight, could move. A fly landed on Velveteen Rabbit's head, and it was itchy. As quick as a wink, that foot was up at the Velveteen Rabbit's head to scratch it off. "So this is being real. I can move when I want to move." "I will show you some new friends," said the fairy. And the fairy took Velveteen Rabbit where several rabbits and hopped about. Soon they were all great friends. Time went by. The boy was back from the shore. He was all better now. One day the boy went to the backyard to play. From the trees nearby, a few rabbits hopped out. One rabbit was brown all over, and another was all white. A third rabbit had brown spots. Most of them faded. That one hoped for the closest to the boy. The boy thought, "Why, this rabbit looks just like my old bunny that was lost when I was sick. I love that bunny." When he didn't know that it was his very own bunny, come back to see the boy, for he was the reason the Velveteen Rabbit had become real. The end. Sorry, I had to stutter a little bit. I'm not that good with reading aloud.
Or someone seems to not care. Thug life glasses on.
What?
Huh?
Oh, piss off. I'm not even there. I can't. I'm not even there.
Hey, what's going on? I'm so confused.
Huh?
So, do I honestly have to take care of a bunch of 17-year-olds?